Attention deficit hyperactive disorder is not a real disease, nor should it be classified as a real disorder. Until this day, scientists are unable to find out the causes of ADHD. There are no tests, screenings, or scannings that can be done to prove the causes of ADHD. Some scientists say that it may be a biological trait, but none of it is solid evidence and is not certain. Now, these behaviors that are included in ADHD symptoms, they're just undesirable behaviors that are caused by external factors in the environment and society. These factors may affect the child throughout their childhood, and it may persist until their adulthood. Professionals nowadays are mistaking children's normal stress responses for ADHD. External factors, such as abuse, can lead to behaviors preceded as ADHD. Joel Turtle, an education policy analyst and author, contends in 2005 that ADHD symptoms might also reflect stresses outside the classroom and may mirror other medical problems. In the article, Myth of ADHD. Stress factors include not getting love from parents, neglect, like I said, experiencing abuse, experiencing domestic violence, all those that lies within these stresses. These stresses can cause children to disrupt in classrooms. Psychiatrist and director of the International Center for the Study of Psychiatry and Psychology, named Peter R. Gregan, agrees with Turtle as well. He says, any of these medical conditions, normal personality variations, emotional problems, or outside the classroom stress factors can disturb a child's attention, natural enthusiasm, or desire to learn in class. These experts believe that the behaviors of these children, they're just normal stress factors that are showing up in class. They have these because they're affected by external factors. And personal differences cause behaviors to arise like that too. Now let's switch gears and talk about a more specific external factor that can negatively affect a child's behavior: abuse. In the article, Linkages Between Child Abuse in ADHD in Girls by Alison Briscoe and Stephen Hinshaw, it was discovered from the National Institute of the Health in 2006 that there's a positive correlation between abuse and ADHD. Girls with ADHD were at higher risk of having abuse histories, and the abused group showed higher levels of internalizing behaviors or cognitive deficits. This causes a child to have more conflict in school and have even more stress piled up on their shoulders. They either withdraw themselves completely in class or appear to be more and more aggressive. These behaviors caused from the stress factor being abused cause a child to be excluded from society as well because of how they are portrayed in school. Poverty. In August 2011, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention found out from the National Health Survey that from 1998 to 2009, ADHD prevalence increased for children with family income of 100% and between 100 to 109% of the poverty level. Kids born in poverty have more problems than kids who are born in a finer home. As poverty increases, so is chance for ADHD. Kids who experience poverty do not get the resources and opportunities that kids in wealthier homes do. They're forced to adapt to their environment, and more stress factors build up because they experience hunger, they experience inequality, they have low self-esteem. All these can affect their behaviors, and they're considered as stress factors. In July 2010, the article ADHD has a sociological and evolutionary basis from PubMed.gov. It was found that through the diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders that many diagnostic for kids were primarily school-related issues, and that the reports were mainly made from teachers. The reports made from teachers were complaints of how students keep fidgeting in class, they talk out of turn, just behaviors that are undesired by society, that are not approvable by them. Teachers nowadays, they have to understand that the school system has changed. In school today, there are many strict rules that you have to follow. Children, especially, are expected to listen, sit down, and concentrate on what they're supposed to in class. Teachers have to understand that students, especially ones who experience poverty, have to adapt to a new environment. Teachers are misclassifying these natural stress responses from students as ADHD, and that is not okay. All in all, before we let outsiders, such as teachers, classify or label our kid that they have ADHD, we must take a careful look at the possible stress factors and environmental stress factors, such as abuse, neglect, maybe loss of a dead one, loss of a loved one. We must take these into consideration before we heavily diagnose our kids with medicine or put them through severe medical treatment. All of that bad things that can affect their brain and growth naturally, because the behaviors that they portray are just simple, natural responses, natural stress responses to be more exact, from the environment that they're surrounded by, or maybe stress factors. Thank you.